What do you think about that B-17?
There's nothing like it. It's still my baby. I call it my baby.
What's so special?
Well, I crossed the channel 42 times going to the continent in a B-17. And I crossed the channel 41 times coming from the continent back to England. We got on fire and landed just out of Brussels, Belgium, and about 3 days later we caught a RAF brought us back to base. We caught a ride, hitchhike, RAF.
Do you have any exciting moments in that plane?
I've had some terrible moments in it, but I guess they were all exciting up to a point.
Yeah? Does anything stick out to you?
The day I got hit.
Okay.
I remember when I got hit, I was knocked down. And when I got up, I got to the other guys. We had two more that was wounded. I got the ball turret gunner out of the ball turret, and the tail gunner was coming up the aisle. He was bloody all over. And the other waist gunner was standing there waiting on us. So I don't know. That was the day there was not many medals on the mission. That day I got 3 medals. That was the 5th mission. I got the air medal. I got the Purple Heart, and I got the Silver Star. 3 medals, 1 mission.
Do you remember anything? Were you knocked out?
I was knocked out for a while, but when I come to, I gave the guy and the other waist gunner, he did that back to me, so I got up. That's when I come to, I got up and I went to work on 2 other guys. I still got some lead right here in my little bit of lead. They got all of it. They got all of it they could. But I was pretty good. I was taking care of things, I thought.
And that B-17, did that kind of help you guys survive?
It's the only thing that kept us surviving, the B-17.
Did you ever shoot down a plane yourself?
1 plane. I got credit for 1 plane.
Okay. Remember what happened that day?
Well, we was being hit by that was in 45. That was the German Air Force was pretty beat up. And he slid across under us and slid right up, turned right up full force right in front of my gun barrel. And I let him have it, and he exploded.
Wow.
That's the only plane I got credit for, but I put a lot of lead on the continent.
How old are you, sir?
I'm 95.
95.
Last August.
When did you meet? When did you meet?
We met 1942.
So you guys have been friends for a long time?
Since
yeah, we
43.
saw a lot of country together.
Did you shed a little blood together?
Yeah, we shared some blood.
All right, you want to tell me about that?
Well, he was in the ball turret, and I was up, and I had to get him. I got you out of that ball turret that day, didn't I?
Somebody had to get me out.
I got him.
But he had his chest shot off, too. I just got shot in the head.
Oh, my gosh.
He had a big scar right here where a bullet went through. But his scar is almost gone now.
Really?
But it took 40 years to go. Been working on it 40 years, that scar. But he had a seam in there where that bullet went through.
So you saved his life?
No, I just got him out of the ball turret. He was trying to get out. He couldn't get out. And I was just about down, so I had been knocked down, so I just went to work on him.
So y'all are almost like brothers.
We are brothers.
What's it like to see the B-17 again?
I stayed on him from 42 to 49. And it was, to me, one of the best aircraft I have ever worked on and flew in. It was Old Faithful. I'm not supposed to tell you this because you got a big mouth, but 1949, we had 2 B-17s in the Arctic taking pictures of the Russians building their North Atlantic Fleet headquarters, and we spent the, you can't say summer because there's no summer on the North Pole, but
that's after the war. After the war, we've been separated since
it was in 1949. When we got back after flying over, photographing their construction, we was instructed that it was top secret. We couldn't tell anybody. Here, them Russians been looking at us for 6 months.
You were signing something a while ago. What was that?
He was signing that life history.
Right. You were signing your life history, your memoirs?
Yeah.
When did you write that?
I have upgraded it for several times, and I have a new one out. I got two of them. One is all about Stalag 17B, which I escaped out of, and they made a movie about it with William Holden. And I have the pictures and all of Stalag 17B, and about escaping out of it.
How many times did you escape, sir?
3.
3. Can you tell us about one of those?
Well, on the one that they made a movie about, we had it's a long story, you need a book, but we had a boy in camp that if the Germans could have found him, he'd been sentenced to be shot. So I had tried to escape once before. So our camp leader asked me if I thought that I could get out and get him out, because they felt like if the Germans found him, and they was in there with dogs and everything else looking for him, that the Germans would shoot him. So my job was to come up and get him out of camp. And not only did I take him out of camp, but there was 5 of us in all that I took out, including myself. And we, my partner that escaped with me over time, we got to Yugoslavia with Tito partisans doing guerrilla warfare in Yugoslavia. And we was down in the Alps mountain, wintertime. It seemed like my favorite thing is winter. And what happened was we got circled by the Germans, and we was up on top of a mountain there in the Alps, about 14,000 foot. And we had Russian officers in charge of the group. Tito partisans was communists, and they used Russian officers. And they told us if we went off the backside of the mountain, it would be suicide. Well, the other choice we had was looking at Germans bringing up guns every day and to shoot us. So we went off the backside of the mountain and made it. And the British BBC made a story about this. And not only did Lou and I make it, but 2 of the partisan officers, they followed us off, I guess, and they made it.
Do you think about those days very often?
I like to forget them.
What was it like to see each other again?
It's just like seeing family. We're still family. We're just like 2 brothers. We've always been that way. I don't know why. I guess we're both Texans. Well, I was born in Oakland, but I'm a Texan from head to toe.
You told me you was born on a reservation.
Well, I haven't got enough in it to be born on the reservation. I'm just an 8.